This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Last time I was joined by Jamel Herring, not on Zoom but in person, was actually in Dubai when he was successful against Crawford. Jamel, obviously a lot's happened since then. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just happy just to be here, healthy, got my smile still. So yeah, everything's been good.
We'll come on to you in a second, but let's talk about the reason we're here. See, someone you know very, very well, and Terence Crawford defends his world title against Sean Porter. I've been asking people the same question. Toughest assignment for Terence at any weight class that he's had so far?
Oh yeah, definitely. Sean is a great champion in his own right. As many will say, is probably Bud's biggest test in the welterweight division. But I believe it's also probably one of Sean's biggest fights as well. At least probably one of his hardest fights out there as well. So it's that's what makes it a great matchup for both of them.
Taking an unbiased view, how do you see this stylistically playing out on Saturday night?
Oh, it's a good style for both of them. I think it's going to make a great fight, a fun fight for just the fans in general who are going to be tuning in to watch it. Because I always give Sean his credit. Sean never brings a boring fight. I think, and he's really never been bested. You know what I mean? He's always had close fights. I think the only fighter that I can honestly say that's got the best of him is the Kell Brook fight. Kell Brook, he boxed well in that fight. Kell was able to tie him up and stop the momentum and bring him to the center of the ring. It was still, but I think Kell had more of an impact. But Sean got better afterwards. And some people may question even the Ugas fight at times, but overall, Sean has never really been bested in a while, and that's what makes it a great fight to see how well Bud does with him.
We look forward to a great night on Saturday. Jamel, how good is Shakur Stevenson?
Oh, Shakur Stevenson, he's really good, really good. Not necessarily because I lost to him, obviously, but like I said, you guys know me really well. I train hard for every fight, and I really train hard for that fight. So there was no excuses, no injuries, there's nothing going on with me that the reason why the fight turned out the way it did. But Shakur was just the better fighter that night, and I have no shame in admitting that. He was just the better man, but I wish him nothing but the best. I believe he will go on to be one of the best fighters out there in the world, potentially a pound-for-pound star in his own right. But Shakur Stevenson is the real deal.
Who would you like to see him fight next?
Obviously, we all wanted to see him fight Valdez. I mean, that was the whole purpose of us fighting each other to begin with. I mean, you see when I at that Fort Crawford that I wanted to fight Valdez. The unification matchup with Valdez was supposed to be the biggest fight out there, but it seems like Shakur might not even get that next, and it kind of sucks. But I would like to see him fight Oscar Valdez next.
Of course, after the fight, the figures were released of how much you both earned on that fight, and the purses were tremendous. You have to say.
I didn't know they were released. I didn't know they were released. But
Mike Coppinger put them out.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, both definitely biggest payday of our careers, but for the both of us, it wasn't so much about the money. But even though there was a bit of a dispute going about that whole purse bid situation at first, but we both wanted just to be great. We still want to be great. So I'm just glad that I was part of greatness at least. I didn't have a great night, but I was a part of something great, and hopefully we'll get to see the fruition of a superstar in the future.
And in terms of yourself, what's the feelings towards Archie Sharp? What's going on there?
Oh man, you gotta ask Archie Sharp. I don't bother Archie Sharp. Archie in respect in his own right, which is what he's supposed to do. When I was the champion, he was calling me out. That's normal. That's normal. But it's like, okay, after the Shakur fight, Archie is still bringing me up for whatever reason, and I'm just like, listen, man, no disrespect, but we have fought two completely different levels of opposition. I mean, of course, he's still growing in his own right. He's doing what he got to do, but we're on two different levels and two different paths. But you guys all should know I have no issue coming to the UK and fighting anyone over there, including Archie Sharp. We're both MTK Global, so there's no excuse there at all. But Archie tried to flip it and say that I didn't have this same energy when I had the belt. For one, it wasn't about the belt or not. Again, I didn't call for you. It was like every time I'm minding my business, I'm home with the family. I see an article, Archie Sharp's, mentioning my name, saying he could beat me just as well as he did, just as well as Shakur did. Okay, if he really believes that, again, MTK Global is one call away. I'll just say that.
Jamel Herring, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV here in Las Vegas. Best of luck with your good friend Terence Crawford this Saturday night, okay?
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.